Well, I have some bad news. The part-time revolution, I am going to have to call it off. It's nothing against the concept of revolution, it's just really embarrassing the way some people behave under the mistaken belief that their actions are compelling revolution, when in reality, every day, each of us has the opportunity to bring revolution by sharing kindness. And that kindness, if it's indifferent of origin or politics, then we can actually change the world and make it a better place. Whereas what's currently happening is further division and secularization of issues that then get parsed into little sound bites. And I think a really good example of that is in the video game community and some recent drama from two gaming YouTubers, Shoe0nHead and Hasanabi. And well, Hassan, he's a Twitch streamer, and Shoe0nHead, she's a woman. So naturally, when Hassan mentions that people who want to have a family are unfuckable losers because they're playing video games, Shoe0nHead made a response video calling Hassan a sex haver and then detailing a brothel visit that Hassan had. And Hassan, who only knows how to read the news and sort of talk about groups of people and how groups of people need to behave because he sits at a computer chair for a very long time and reads a lot on the internet. This is the problem of parasocialism. It's the idea of you make all these ideas, you got a lot of ideas about how the world works, but what do you actually even know about the world? Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people who advocate for communism don't actually work that hard. I mean, they might have different careers under capitalism, but for revolutionary causes, it just is that so frequently people will be content to hear a good opinion or hold a good opinion and believe that that in and of itself changes anyone's mind, when the reality is you can't even necessarily engage with someone unless you engage with the medium with which there's a common interest. So as everything gets politicized, we become further and further removed from the fact that at the end of the day, we're talking about a video game here. Now, obviously, that video game isn't Dark Souls, and I'm very sorry for that. As someone who has been parasocial in the past, one of my favorite YouTubers actually was a Dark Souls YouTuber who is still around, and I still sometimes watch. And I mean, it's incredible to kind of have people who you hear their voice while playing games and stuff, that I don't know how to explain it. If you don't like being parasocial, you don't have to be parasocial. I enjoy a little bit of parasocial stuff, but you have to be aware that when you're interacting with someone on the internet, it's not real. And I think Hassan probably goes onto Twitter and then internalizes the opinions of a lot of people who probably aren't actually well versed, or I don't know how to explain this, but some people just don't need to have their opinions taken seriously. As someone who has my opinion dismissed all the time, I tell you what, everyone believes you can dismiss others' opinions, but no one takes the time to think, am I dismissing someone's opinion? In response to being called a sex haver, Hassan goes and talks about how a lot of guys want to pleasure themselves to Shoe0nHead. Now, invoking a sexual mechanic in a conversation about politics inherently makes it cultural, and it's wild because Hassan's now stepped out of his depth with going into someone who Shoe0nHead is I think she's I don't know what her politics are. I'm pretty sure she's progressive, but also kind of like a normal person, because fucking, at the end of the day, most people are normal people. So when she's talking about politics, she has a lot of opinions based on, like, I don't know, the internet. That's where, like, Shoe0nHead used to be a thing where people take pictures with a shoe on their head to prove they're real or something. So, like, already we're in weird sort of like internet niche territory with these people, and now they're talking about politics. This isn't to say Shoe0nHead's bad about it. Honestly, I don't watch or know about either of these people, but they showed up in my algorithm, and people come into my comments all the fucking time and talk about, oh yeah, no, the algorithm recommended this to me. Well, here's my opinion on some shit the algorithm recommended to me. I should have clicked off this fucking video, because all that happens now is everyone's fucking talking about whether or not, like, it's politically acceptable to engage in certain conversations about a fucking video game. And, like, how the fuck do we get to, like, family dynamics from a video game? Because we're in fantasy land. We are in storytelling. Like, we're in fucking space and there's a robot android kid or something. Honestly, it's not Dark Souls. I don't know much about it. Anyway. So after Hassan talks about how much he wants to masturbate to Shoe0nHead via proxy by saying there are a lot of 38-year-olds who want to masturbate to Shoe0nHead, which the point's been made that Hassan and Shoe0nHead are both in their mid-30s. So as someone who is in their early 30s, I just want to say, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, it's a little weird that they're reducing each other to such surface arguments. Especially when they're both fucking people. I assume they're on the same side. Like, you see these conservatives and they're still down to support, like, the Epstein class of politicians. And then meanwhile, we got two people who I assume both have, like, views that everyone should kind of be treated well within society and, like, be just fucking... Everyone should do their best, and there should be resources available to those who need resources. We should be aware of discrimination and not enforce any mechanisms that sort of perpetuate those systems. But there are limitations to what the individual is capable of under a structured society like we have. And with the advancement of technology, we should acknowledge that it is entirely possible to shift to a more malleable system that could sort out nuanced governances within areas and domains. But I'm gonna be honest, I would not trust this present government or any government deriving from this present government to develop that system. So I guess we're just kind of stuck with what we got, and we better fucking make the best of it. So after getting dunked on by someone he wants to masturbate to, Hassan goes offline, and people quit telling me they get their fucking politics from that guy. But this is now what I hope happens from this whole situation, because now that I've said my piece, obviously the world keeps turning and we're all gonna get a different set of ideas about, like, how things went down. But I really apologize if you have to learn any more about Shoe0nHead and Hassan as a result of watching this video. I think that, honestly, I have much more important things than whether or not two people who are on the internet who aren't getting naked or doing anything are having sex when they're not on the internet. It doesn't really cross my mind as, I don't know, a normal person, I think. And that's where, like, again, I, like, have watched this Dark Souls streamer for so long and, like, enjoyed so much content that there are parts in the Let's Play that while watching through, I know what the next lines are, I know where the mistakes are and stuff. And it's like, just the having something on in the background comfort, but that doesn't mean I'm off thinking it's instantly sexual. And that's what happened with this video game, where people who believe that pedophiles are more prevalent than they are were making these comments, and that's what led Hassan to make his fucking comments about everyone being unfuckable losers. Because yeah, there are unfuckable losers on the internet, believe it or not. I mean, pretty fucking wild if you ask me. I thought everyone was out here having sex, but nope, just the cool kids. But with that being said, if you're going to the internet and you go, oh wow, this is how politics works, these are the Bill Nye the Science guys of politics. They are popularists. They make things easily accessible and open and available, and at best, they can point you to a resource, but you're not gonna watch a fucking Shoe0nHead video or a Hassan stream and then instantly the next day the entire world fucking changes. You're watching a video on the internet. It's YouTube. We're all broadcasting. It's fun. God, fucking pick up a goddamn camera. So, anyway, after this whole incident, I have resolved that no longer will we partake in the part-time revolution. I do have a new Thieves Guild that I started, so you're welcome to join that. In addition, the Friends of the Basket is staying strong, as well as the non-profits. I mean, let's fucking have a shout out. I'm now leader of 3 guilds, like, well, we're about to form a coalition soon, a coalition, if you will. Well, actually, it's the Sticky Basket. So we just kind of have a little bit of everything around here, and you're always welcome to stick around, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. So, love you. Bye.